Please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed.
Hey! Welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Ashamoji TV. If you're new here, welcome. This is where I like to watch, react, and share my 2 cents about a couple of properties related to sci-fi and fantasy. And speaking of sci-fi, I'm going to press play now on episode 10 from the 2nd season. This one is titled Gray Matters. The color gray matters? Or gray matters, I think that's also reference to the brain, if I remember biology. So there's that. There's the color gray. Who knows what that's going to mean. But I'm ready to find out. And if you are ready to watch the condensed version of my reaction to this episode, here it is. Mental Health Institute. Ooh, a new one. Pennington.
A girl in a red dress. Flowers in her hair.
Oh. What kind of flowers?
I know that voice.
I'm not sure.
I know this face too.
Later, you will come.
Sebastian Roche, that's him?
The flowers in her hair are heather.
Oh, I think so, yes. Container. Now hold very still. I assure you there will be no pain.
I want to keep smiling like an idiot every time I see him, but I genuinely just love this guy. Okay, so brain stuff.
Hold on. Yeah.
So is he conducting lobotomies in there, or?
Got activity.
Code break order B. Yeah, 2 minutes, maybe 3.
My sincere apologies. I'd rather not leave you in such a state.
Well, oh gosh. At least he apologized. For whatever that counts for. Good manners. Good work ethic.
Mr. Slater?
Oh god. More like for health reasons. Oh, that's memorable.
When he was admitted, he was diagnosed with acute paranoid schizophrenia.
His father said that he suffered from delusions and false memories, severe emotional swings.
Every classical symptom of the condition, he exhibited each one.
Until last night.
That's right.
So basically, 2 guys broke in, cut a big hole in his head, and did what? Drove him insane?
As unlikely as it sounds, yes. And just as strange, we can't find evidence that they did anything to him. Mr. Slater's brain is structurally intact. We ran blood tests, tox screens, nothing came back unusual.
That's great. How's that possible, though? That's the mystery.
Doctor, I'd like to see the patient.
That's where we're going right now, Walter, to see Mr. Slater.
We're going to see a sane man. I'd like to see him when he was a patient. No. The girl in the red dress. Chrysanthemums in her hair. She moved.
She was never there.
What did you do with her? What did you do with her? Give her back. Give her back. Bring her back. Bring her back. Bring her back.
Wow. Some Sarah Connor vibes there.
My first clear memory of last night was turning from my window, and Miss Holbrook was standing there, one of the nurses. She was scared, and they raced me to the medical ward. But what struck me was that I felt unburdened. Like my mind had had a spring cleaning, like I was suddenly free. Yes.
Mr. Slater, your wife is here.
They tell me that she came to visit me twice a week. I think I remember being horrible to her.
I think it'll be fine. She's right outside.
That's a good wife.
He's a lucky man. 17 years I was in St. Clair's, never a single visitor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
wasn't trying to make you feel guilty, son. It's just an observation.
Yeah, with an effect, though.
Have you had any theories on how this man is suddenly sane?
No, not yet, but I'm eager to. The remedy for insanity, as you can imagine, I've thought long and hard about it.
You see that lock? Can you zoom in right there?
It's elliptic curve crypto. It's the top of the line. These guys took it down like it's a bicycle lock. And whoever these guys are, they're either very smart,
Pudding!
very rich, or very well connected.
Butterscotch, right? That's what he likes?
Freeze it right there when he turns around. I know that face.
How does she know the face? Oh my gosh, did she see him and I forgot?
You know him. Where do you know him from?
From Laston Henning's cryonics.
Oh, they showed pictures of the heads?
Well, I've been combing through Laston Henning's files, trying to figure out if all the heads they took, which was the one that they wanted. I've been looking at these faces for the last 2 months.
Ah, thank goodness for her memory.
I mean, the dead don't rise out of their graves and perform midnight brain surgery.
No.
They do in this episode.
But this one did. Thomas Jerome Newton.
TJN.
Wow.
That's just faster. Great expression. Sums it up.
And William Bell told me the man with that marking would try to open a corridor from our universe to the other side. I managed to infer that the results would be less than desirable.
Exactly how much is desirable?
Global destruction. Biblical proportions.
Fun times.
Where's Dr. Bishop on this?
He's trying to figure out exactly how they cured Slater. If he can do that, maybe we can anticipate Newton's next move.
There's no maybe. I don't know what Newton's up to, but I know what I have to do. I have to stop him.
I hope it takes all season to do that. I love Sebastian.
Some questions about Mr. Slater's medical history before his admission to Hennington.
Sure. Why? What are you looking for?
Not sure. Something that would induce the delusional thinking.
Something.
Something or someone.
You mean you think that someone made him crazy on purpose?
Theory.
Sounds very plausible.
And from what we saw of Mr. Slater, well, my only supposition is that he wasn't mad to begin with.
There is no Simon Paris in the AMA database. He's not on the membership roster. Does that mean that he died?
It shouldn't. Even if he had, it should still be a record.
Look at this setup. The tones are so nice and warm.
Huh. According to this, 14 years ago, Dr. Paris set up an indefinite prescription of medications for Mr. Slater. No termination date. Oh, this is interesting. In the same week, he wrote the same prescription for 2 other patients.
In the same week.
At 2 other hospitals. Call Olivia.
Clue, clue, clue.
It says here that you suffered from a severe form of obsessive-compulsive disorder. Yeah, arrhythmia, they call it.
You're obsessed with numbers.
Arrhythmia? Oh, okay.
Just one, actually. 28. I see it everywhere, hear it everywhere. I could never get it out of my head. 28, 28. Then, last Tuesday morning, I woke up and it was gone, just like that.
What does this have to do with the FBI? We're not sure. Maybe nothing. But do you mind if we take a look at your head? My head. It should only take a minute.
Need to see your head.
What are you looking for?
It's here. Fresh scar, but there are no sutures. It's more like the burn from a surgical laser. It was Dr. Paris who diagnosed the arrhythmia, right?
Oh, no. He saw me for mild depression postpartum. Told me I needed to rest a few weeks and sent me here. The arrhythmia just started one day.
That's not fishy at all. So somebody set her up for that kind of disorder.
First specimen's dying. The nutrient bath won't keep it alive for more than another 5 hours. 6, if we're lucky. Then
to get moving.
Very crude environment. What are they doing with that stuff?
Just like Mrs. Kraft. 14 years ago, Dr. Paris refers him to a mental hospital with the psychiatric equivalent of a cough, which then develops into full-blown schizophrenia. 2 days ago, he miraculously recovers.
Maybe Walter needs to see that doctor. He might get cured.
You know, all my life I've been able to understand what drives people. Their emotions like greed or envy or revenge, but Newton, these people we're up against, how can I fight what I can't understand?
But this isn't just your fight.
We're all in this together.
I must have missed something. When did Mr. Slater have an organ transplant?
I'm sorry?
Well, one of the drugs that Dr. Paris prescribed is sirolimus. It's an anti-rejection drug. It's only given to organ transplant patients. It's absolutely useless for a paranoid schizophrenic. Suggests that not only has Dr. Paris vanished, he's a quack.
He's a quack. I love how he said that.
Organ transplants. The human brain.
Ah.
Well, half of one. But it's useless. Dead. Because when you remove brain tissue from a living body, you can keep it alive for a short time in a nutrient suspension, but eventually it will die as well. But Dr. Paris found a solution. He stored the brain tissue inside of another brain.
Okay.
These are a few years old, but you see this slight discoloration here? Normally that would be interpreted as machine error, but this is not a machine error. This is foreign tissue.
That's why they were all on anti-rejection drugs.
So the surgeries that Newton performed...
He was removing transplanted brain tissue. False memories, delusions, but as soon as you remove the foreign tissue, then they're fine.
Great.
So the foreign tissue caused the illness in the first place? Did I understand that correctly? And then removing it, they're fine?
Why cut out someone's brain and store it inside other people? And whose brain is it?
Ooh, yeah.
Of course. And I have no idea.
Peter, can I speak to you a moment?
Oh my god, it's so gross when you think about it. What?
So you said that you never had any visitors in your time at St. Clair's, right?
That's right.
According to their records, Dr. Paris visited you on 6 separate occasions.
Oh, well, of course Walter wouldn't remember that. Oh, shit. So he has foreign tissue in his brain, too? And then he'll get cured? They'll take it out? Well, they can't, but... Okay. I guess they can use Walter as bait? Oh, no.
It's different, it's older, but... There's definitely a scar.
We gotta talk to Dr. Paris here. He's obviously more than he seems.
This is not a good idea, Peter. These MRI machines are magnets that rip the metal out of the patients. And I have that tracking chip implanted in my neck. The GPS locator.
I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Because it's made out of silicone. Maybe some Valium would help.
Oh, I don't do Valium nearly enough. It's a good idea. I'll have 50 milligrams, please.
It's like ordering a cocktail.
You're going to be fine. It's a routine procedure. And the Valium will take care of any claustrophobia you might be feeling.
Not worried about claustrophobia, Peter.
Ugh, I'd be.
What do you think that man did to me?
I don't know, Walter. But we're going to find out, okay?
So many years ago. I wonder if it's at the beginning parts of when he was in the hospital, or... Well, likely, I guess.
You okay?
Yeah, Walter wanted to stick around and wait for the results, but there's Walter on drugs and then there's Walter on drugs. I had to ask you to take him home.
See the look on his face when we were talking to Mr. Slater? What do you think that's like for him? Wishing that he could turn back the clock to before he went crazy.
I don't mean to sound callous, but from what I know of your father, going crazy made him a better person. It certainly made him a better father.
Perspectives.
I've reviewed the scans of your father's brain.
And?
You should take a look. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh,
3
God.
scars all on the same side in the left temporal lobe.
These incisions go all the way down into the gray matter.
I'm not following.
Walter
Okay.
didn't have brain tissue implanted. He had it removed.
Yes, from the hippocampus. It controls our inhibitions, helps store long-term memory, contributes to our sense of spatial awareness.
Doctor, do you have the
The
scans?
memory aspect.
What are you thinking?
Hold on a second. This is the piece they put in Slater.
Huh. Oh my god. They took his brain stuff?
Look,
Yeah.
it's a perfect fit.
Oh my god. This is nuts.
Violet sedan chair.
Walter, you're not making any sense.
Violet sedan chair. It's a band. The debut album. Always helps me come down from a valium high.
Get him a plastic bag or something. A bin.
The best.
I'll be back.
It must be Paris. He must have removed pieces of Walter's brain, but why? And why preserve them?
Memory. The hippocampus, memory storage. Bell told you that Newton wants to open the door to the other side, right? Well, we already know that Walter's done that. He just can't remember how. That is why he can't remember.
So they have the tech?
So, in the department of how to make impossible things possible, what would he need to do? He would need to implant the memories into a brain that could interpret them.
Walter.
Oh my god, go back to the source. This is insane. Wow.
Where are you, Walter?
I went to the lab. He's at your house. You sent me to get him an album.
How long ago?
5 minutes ago?
You gotta get back there. Walter is in danger.
I'm on my way.
Well, they've reminded me as a viewer he's got the tracker. So they'll find him. Unless these guys can detect it somehow. I hope they don't.
Hello, Dr. Bishop.
Does he remember that friendly face? Oh boy.
I got an idea. Last week when Walter got lost, he did exactly what you'd expect Walter to do. He implanted a transponder chip into his neck so that if he ever got lost, I could find him. He can't be far. Let's go.
And it's so cool how they gave very good reason for that to happen with the transponder thing.
This is a mild sedative, something to calm your nerves.
I've already had 50 milligrams of Valium.
And this should be very enjoyable.
The human brain is a fascinating organ, but it's not static. Remove or damage a section. It reroutes the connections and grows in new pathways. Now, figuring out where the old connections once were can be very tricky.
I'm just curious if they're going to show how they'll read his brain.
Down here! Go! Walter!
They figured it out. Dang. Guess they just can't make it that easy.
They found the chip.
When you see an image, I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind. There are no right or wrong answers, but please tell me the truth. If you don't, I don't know.
Are you trying to fix me?
I'm afraid not.
That would have been a great side effect. Right? Just to match up with the other stuff.
Peter. I'm sorry, I know this is difficult.
So they know about Peter.
It's not working. He's not making the connections. Should I recalibrate the machine?
No. We need to find something more powerful to stimulate his memory. Vision alone is not the strongest trigger. Sound and smell actually work better. We need the proper context.
Oh boy.
The girl in the red dress. Dr. Paris's patients, they all had obsessions. Slater was always ranting about the girl who lived across the street, the one that we thought never existed. She did exist. She lived across the street from me when I lived in Cambridge as a kid. Her name was Sydney. She lived at 2828 Green Street.
So those were Walter's memories.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
But if they're trying to get him to remember how it was that he built a door to the other side, maybe they're going to take him to the place that he did it.
Raven Lake, the lake house.
No. That's where he actually opened the door, but it's not where he had the thought.
This place looks familiar. Last time I was here was a different season. The leaves were falling.
Their old house.
Now, Dr. Bishop, I can see which areas of your brain can make sense of the data that's stored in these slivers of flesh. In a perfect world, I would simply put it back. I would never subject you to a process so crude.
But this is the only way we can reconnect these pieces of your brain.
The connection is complete.
Are we gonna see flashbacks? I want to see flashbacks.
This is my home.
It's working. Where's my wife? Where's my son?
I know why you built it. The door. I know what you lost. Now, are you going to pretend that you're willing to lose him again? Now, tell me about the door.
Don't tell them, otherwise they're all dead.
They're here.
That's okay. We're done. We've got what we need.
Damn it.
Apologies, Dr. Bishop.
Is he gonna remember all this?
Walter! Can you hear me? Walter! Can you hear me? Walter!
Hello, son.
Oh yeah.
I'm with the FBI.
The occupants of the house.
Not the back!
Ah, helpful. Did she take them on though? Oh my god! You go, Olivia!
Come out of there. Step down slowly. Keep your hands where I can see them. You so much as twitch, and you won't have a head left to refreeze.
God, they caught him! What the hell?
My brain tissue, Peter. It's dying. Whatever was in there. Memories I'll never get back.
It's alright, you don't need them.
Hello, son.
Walter?
Oh no, what'd they do to him?
Walter, look at me! Walter!
I think there's something you should know. It's about Walter Bishop. He's going to die unless you do exactly what I say. Call it my failsafe to ensure my escape.
Good bluffing.
This is freaking genius.
Hey, it's me.
Something in the water. I don't know what it is, but I think maybe he's been poisoned. His pulse is racing.
What did you do to him?
Ask him if he sees a medical kit I left behind. There are 3 vials in the kit. Injected in the correct order, they neutralize the toxin.
Tell me.
Oh, no. Not yet. You have about 2 minutes until Dr. Bishop dies. Now hand me your phone. When I hear you go back into the house from Peter's phone, I'll tell you what to do.
You're crazy. If you think I'm letting you go.
Olivia, you're gonna have to make that choice.
Walter! Walter!
Oh, such wonderful writing.
You can have me or Walter Bishop.
She'll choose Walter, of course.
Me
I hope so.
or Walter Bishop.
Go to hell.
Wow. Fantastic!
Give me your phone. Okay, you son of a bitch.
Do you have a medical kit?
Got it. Okay, tell me how to do this.
Olivia, now I know how weak you are.
Well, who cares? You know his weakness too. Kind of. No, maybe not. Welcome back! We need you for 3 more seasons. Hang on there.
I have a terrible headache. And a sudden craving for chicken wings.
Now that you mention them.
He was right. I made an emotional choice. I chose my friend over my responsibility. I mean, we had no idea if Walter gave me plans for the door. So all we have is more questions. I mean, who is Paris? How did Newton know about Walter's memories, and why did they let Walter live?
I suspect that's where this is going to be. The more answers we get, the more questions they'll lead to.
We didn't get any answers.
Sure we did. We've given our enemy a name and a face. That's something.
True that.
Despite what you think, you made a rational choice, not an emotional one. If you had captured Newton or even killed him, that wouldn't have been the end of this. But there's only one Walter Bishop. And we'll be meeting him before this is over. And don't be so hard on yourself. We're going to be needing you too.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I should have visited you, Walter. While you were in St. Clair's.
Oh, that's okay, Peter. If you had, I probably wouldn't have remembered anyway.
Okay, with this music, this close-up, what are we getting? Memories?
He's ready, Dr. Paris.
The system is completely clean. No sedatives. No antidepressants.
William Bell! Oh, why did he do that to him? Oh, well, I know why. Okay.
I'm frightened, Lily.
I wish there was another way. But what you've accomplished is just too dangerous. Don't worry. Your memory, I'll put it in a place that only I can find. Now listen to me, Walter. You designed a door to the other side. I want you to think about that door.
makes me now wonder if William Bell has his own copy of all that too. Because I understand now, it's, crystal clear. He had to disperse his memories into other people so that those shapeshifters wouldn't find Walter's memory to get that info. But now that he asked Walter to remember all that at that particular time while he's doing the surgery, I can only presume he got the info for himself as well too, in some way, in some form. Okay, lots to dissect with this episode. It's one of those. It's on my list. I'll be right back. Definitely an episode that did not disappoint. Oh my goodness. So much. I love it. It was such a great thrill ride. And it had such a great climax as well. That was just so satisfying. So juicy. Alright, so the scene that I picked was the scene that just blew my mind because it was just so well done. And that's where Thomas is giving Olivia the challenge or the ultimatum to pretty much save Walter or capture him. And I just thought it was brilliant because I was surprised. I'm like, wow, she shoots off the two shapeshifters. Oh, goodbye, Roger Cross. But, but then she captures him. And I was like, okay, where's that going to go? Are they going to try to do what they did with, what's his name there? Oh my gosh. Jared Harris's character from season 1 where they try to interrogate him and he gives all these cryptic messages and he escapes. I thought we were going to probably go there, but I love when they surprise me with something so clever and so simple at the same time. It's definitely a great way to show that this is a character or this is a person that you can't predict his moves and he is going to be a real challenge for Olivia. I cannot wait to see how it unfolds. And I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of similar the way it was at the end of season 1, where he's likely, I'm just predicting this for now, until I see further, do not validate or deny, but I think he's likely going to have a scenario very similar to Jared Harris's character. I apologize, I can't remember his name right now, where he's going to be opening up the portal to the other side and Olivia is going to be that person there to take him down, just like she took down... Let me take a second and try to remember his name. So terrible that I can't remember. Jones! Mr. Jones! Yes. I wonder if it's going to be a similar type of thing at the end of the season, and it's just going to be just more epic than what they did in season 1. Okay. Ashamoji rating, hands down, it's a 5. From beginning to end. I love how it was just such an organic shift from the previous episode that I thought was very nice and toned down. But yet it's so relevant. Because imagine, because nowadays, I don't want to ruffle any feathers to anybody, so I won't mention specific series, but in some properties these days, there's a lot of laziness when it comes to setup. And I like how in the previous episode, it was a very specific situation with Walter and his memory and his well-being when he's going about the place trying to be independent that led him to put the tracker in his neck. It wasn't like something they just made up at the beginning of the episode for whatever reason out of nowhere, and then it just leads into what it led into. I really appreciate that. It's just something missing from a lot of today's shows that I've been watching anyway. Not all of them, but a lot of the mainstream ones, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, so my Ashamoji is a 5. Sebastian Roche, listen, I'll try to suppress it, but I love that guy. I love that guy. I don't like the haircut. I wish it was longer. I'm used to him with longer hair. Well, whatever. He's such a wonderful presence on screen, and he has a way of communicating and saying his lines that are just so interesting. So interesting. And this cast in general, they're fantastic. So it's such a great blend, and all these familiar faces, and I'm now wondering, did I have a Dr. Paris at some point tamper with my memory? Because the things I remember and the things I don't remember that I should remember, But when I need to remember, sometimes it does just pop up when I need to at the right moment. So let's just hope I can try to work on that when it comes to keeping up with this show. Because for me, it's just my own frustration. And I think for some of you it is too, when something's so blatantly obvious or very much connected to a previous episode and I'll just forget those details. But I'm taking also some faith and some appreciation to club members and YouTube viewers alike who are patient and who are willing as well to happily and willingly remind me as I watch the episodes of Fringe. So, there you have it. That's my reaction to episode 10 from the second season of Fringe. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I look forward to reading any trivia you know about this episode. Share, share, share. You know I love that stuff. And if you want access to my full reaction to this episode, uncut, unfiltered, details about that is in the description box below for you. So until my reaction to episode 11, people, bye. Bye! Peace out.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.